What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new news video. Today what I got for you guys, we're going to be going over and talking about the new update that we have just received. We have a playlist update. We also have some patch notes. We're also going to talk about the changes that they have made to Warzone Ranked and upcoming surprise content and things like that. Now, before we do start, if you find the video informative, don't forget to hit that sub button so you're always up to date on the latest Call of Duty news and updates. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's jump into it. So for the patch notes that we have, it says global UI adjustments. They've adjusted the pickup weapon prompt to no longer overlap with the kill feed. They've also done a lot of general bug fixes. It says fixed tracking for the Cronin Squall challenges, fixed issue where splashes for some GS Magna unlocks were not displayed, and then it just continues on. I'll have photos for you guys. Feel free to pause the video so you guys can check them out in full detail, but not really too big of changes in terms of bug fixes. These are just like minor issues that you may come across that they ended up pretty much fixing. Now, for the multiplayer side of things, there was also quite a few bug fixes. They fixed an issue with player usernames and levels overlapping in Ground War. There was an issue that would cause games to crash if you played Cyber Attack and you picked up a bomb at a particular bomb pickup location. It would cause your app to crash. And then they also fixed some issues where you couldn't leave a private match game of CDL Hardpoint, and then the list goes on. There's just like random things like that they did fix, hopefully to stop all these crashes and lagging and FPS drops and things like that have been happening lately. But with Special Ops, it only got one bug fix. They fixed the issue where players were unable to load into cooperative missions after acquiring a secure backpack in DMZ. Really odd glitch. But the next one that we have is going to be for Warzone 2. So they've recently did some updates here. They mitigated a known disconnect issue in DMZ, and there was also an issue with the circles closing over water. It seems like they have now changed the spawn rate of that, so it won't close as often, and that'll be a little bit more helpful considering you can't really mark enemies in the water anymore, and it won't be that easy to get them. But the next thing is they fixed the issue affecting FPS for some players at the start of matches and when editing loadouts. And then going on to the next thing that we have for Battle Royale, this is going to be for ranked play. So they ended up doing some adjustments. One of the main ones is they restricted all thermal optics, so you shouldn't be able to see, I guess, through smokes, and thermal vision is a little overpowered, they're saying. And then kill streaks that got restricted were cluster mines and bomb drones, and then they also restricted global text chat. So these are all the restrictions that they have made for rank play. Now, the good news is, though, for skill rating, they've updated the final placement SR, so increasing SR earned by early placement milestones to streamline the distribution of SR players receive throughout the match. So here's the updated version. Top 40 you get 10, top 30 you get 20, top 20 you get 30, top 10 you get 40, and top 5 you get 50. So that way it makes it a little bit easier for you to rank up. The whole point of it is to make it feel more rewarding, because when you play for placements, you're pretty much wasting a lot more time. Someone would just hot drop and then just chase after people until they get eliminated. But the next thing is they did some bug fixes. These are the bug fixes they did for ranked play. And finally, the last patch notes that we have is going to be for DMZ. They fixed issues with players not being able to navigate. They did a thing for the Rhinoceros boss, so it'll give you a cue whenever he's regenerating health. Then there was also an issue with killing the Vulture boss not unlocking the door for you. But yeah, these are all some bug fixes, things like that, typical things that we get every single update. Obviously, there's also the playlist update that we have, so this is what it is for this week, and this is for multiplayer. We have Gunfight, we have Alborian Hatchery 24/7, we have Hardcore Hatchery, and then we have Cranked and Shipment Extended. So no 10v10 this time, and unfortunately, for some reason, we're getting Alborian Hatchery in two different playlists. I've seen a lot of mixed feedback. People were saying that it's a little bit stale, especially with like the 6v6 type of category. There's really not much action going on. It's a little too big for 6v6, so it does get dry at some points. But yeah, it would have been better, in my opinion, to have 10v10. But for Warzone 2, here's what we have. We got ranked play, Battle Royale trios. We got Battle Royale in duos, trios, and quads. We have Ashika Resurgence in duos and quads. We have Massive Resurgence in solos and trios. And we also have Plunder in quads. So these are just like the whole playlist updates that we have for this week. Obviously, they'll get changed again next week. Now, other than that, we also do have Triple XP Weekend that's going to be taking place. So starting on March 26th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, this is for everyone, not just PlayStation. You're going to be able to get yourself double XP, double weapon XP, and double battle pass XP all the way up until May 30th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we do have Memorial Day this Monday, so they are going to be using this extended weekend as sort of like a little mini triple XP event that we're going to be getting. But anyways, the next thing that we have that I want to talk about is going to be the upcoming bundles. So we do have 4 new bundles that are going to be releasing. The very first one is going to be coming out on the 26th, and that is the Tracer Pack Elementals Magma Flow. And along with that, you get pyro, you get 2 weapon blueprints, you get a charm, stickers, and just the regular stuff that you get from that. And then he will cost you 3,000 COD points, so very expensive. Once again, all the elemental packs are 3,000 COD points because they are reactive, I guess, and that's their selling point for that. But going on to the next one that we have, this is going to be on May 29th, so that's going to be 3 days later. That's going to be the Age of the Vikings bundle, and this is what the bundle contains. It's going to cost you 2,400 COD points, has the operator named Berserker, and he's going to have 2 variants, one with the mask, one without the mask, 2 weapon blueprints, 2 vehicle skins, and then some weapon stickers. But this is going to be available on the 29th, and then obviously all these have their own finishing moves and things like that. But the next one that we have is going to be releasing on the very last day of May, and that's going to be May 31st. We're going to be getting 2 different bundles. We're going to be getting Tim the Tap Man, the operator bundle. That's going to cost you 2,400 COD points. You get Tim the Tap Man, you get 2 weapon blueprints, you get a finisher, you get a weapon charm, you get stickers, stuff like that you get. And then the next one that we have is also going to be Nick Mercs. He's going to cost you the same amount. Nick Mercs has 2 variants for him, so you have one with the helmet and then one without with the hoodie. And then you have 2 weapon blueprints, a finisher, charms, and weapon stickers, and much more. But this is everything that you need to know in terms of the store. Now, as of right now, we do have another additional like 2 weeks, I believe. So maybe more bundles are going to get added in the files with next week's update. I'm not exactly sure because June 14th is going to be when season 4 is going to start. And that means we're going to have 2 weeks. So for those 2 weeks, what are they going to be adding to the shop? I'm pretty sure they're going to need to add some sort of operators in. I know they have a bunch of different weapon skins and weapon packs, but I'm pretty sure they need to bring in some sort of operators. So if we do get another update, I got you guys. I do expect to see some sort of a bigger update next week, for the reason that obviously, especially with Al Mazrah right now, we know that there's the sandstorm. We're expecting some sort of map changes or some sort of map update to take place with that, because it doesn't make sense as of right now. They mentioned that a sandstorm is heading towards Al Mazrah City. When you take a look at the Tim the Tap Man operator photo, which is set to release on May 31st, which is also next Wednesday when we usually get our updates, you can see in this photo that Al Mazrah City definitely got some sort of a map update. There's sandstorm involved. It looks like maybe a gas station fell or something like that. There's fallen signs, and it just looks a lot different than Al Mazrah City does right now. Obviously, right now you can't really even see it that well, but I do believe that there's going to be some sort of map updates that are going to be involved from the sandstorm. Other than like ruining your visibility, I definitely think there's a point to these, right? But yeah, we definitely are going to be expecting some sort of a surprise content update with next week's update. So I do think that there's going to be a lot going on. Obviously, this week is a little bit more stale, not too much going on. We don't really have that big of an update, but I definitely think next week we might be getting some sort of a named update. So one of the bigger downloads that you may have to do that's going to include some new content, probably the last final big update we'll be receiving before season 4. Now that update's not guaranteed. Obviously, as of right now, we do have exactly 3 weeks until season 4 launches. So maybe if the update is really not that big or not that important, they might just delay it until season 4. But I see that we might need an update soon just to get some new bundles and just to see what this map update is going to be about, and to bring in a little bit more content, because right now the game is currently getting a little stale. Obviously, these camo challenges and things like that, if you actually grinded them, you're probably already done with them, and there's really not much more content for you to do for the next 3 weeks. So this is like around the stale time that we have before the next season starts. But if there's anything else you guys want to see here on the channel, comment it down below and let me know. Make sure you check out my last videos where we covered season 4. I talked about season 4 getting surprise content, early content from Modern Warfare 3, because apparently they're going to be play testing some things with Modern Warfare 2's next season. But check that video out with all the details. Link will be down in the description. But thank you guys for tuning in. It's been your boy Trizzo. Hopefully I'll be seeing you guys on the channel again. Peace.